Image checkpoint is nothing but it's used to check the properties of an image. Let us open the browser. And what properties you can check? Let us see. This is an image. So go to record, web applications, insert, checkpoint. All this image checkpoint also comes under standard checkpoint. So because it's also standard object. So select it and select this one. It's a link. Okay. Again, checkpoint, standard checkpoint. It is a web element. Let us choose some image in this page. First, let us choose some image somewhere, and then we'll add the checkpoint. These are not these are identified as some links and web elements. So search for some image object. right? Okay, this was the image object. Let us add a checkpoint for this. See here, it belongs to the class image. Till now, all the objects we have searched for belongs to some web elements. So let us choose this image, say OK. And here you see all the image checkpoint properties. These are the image object properties like alt property, hrefs, html tag, image type, inner text, name, source and all. Suppose you need to check the source property, or else you need to check some name property of the particular image. So you can choose that particular property. Same thing as a text checkpoint and all, but the difference is adding to a image. You should see an image object, and this is applicable only for a image object. Let us check the source. Source is nothing but some URL where the image is from. Some URL is showing where the image is coming from. Now I am selecting the source property of the image. Now say OK and stop recording. Now that particular image object, checkpoint for the image object was created. See here, the hierarchy is browser, page and then image. Some images in the web application. Okay, and then dot checkpoint. So checkpoint was created for the particular image object, which is this is the name of the image. So if you execute it, you can check the property name was correct or not. See here in the resources, you can see the details of the checkpoint created. Source, this is the value of the source. Source is nothing but the URL from which you are having the image. If you run the script with the same value, obviously it will pass, because the value you are giving and you are executing on the same application. So there will be no differences and expected result will be equal to the actual results. So to make some difference, to view some difference, let us change the expected value to be, you are expecting there the image URL is something like I'm editing some value here, right? So now save the test. Now if you execute on the same application, because you are expecting the URL to be some other value, but in the real time, means on the application the URL is different, so your image checkpoint will fail. That is the image which you got the error. It's showing the snapshot of the image also. That was the image you selected and failed. And if you come to this, yes, this is the expected. I gave some image2.jpg, but in the real they were using image1.jpg. So you have checked the URL of the image, means whether the image is getting from the correct URL or not, is picked up from the correct one or not. The difference between this and the other checkpoints is nothing but the properties. If you go for the image checkpoint, the properties were different from that of an edit box. It depends on the object type. Because it's an image object, you are having a different properties like inner text, image type, source, href, alt property and so on. Okay. Similarly, the other checkpoint is a table checkpoint. All this image checkpoint, table and page checkpoints were applicable only for a web environment. Let us see the table checkpoint now. Means you need to get the table element, web table. So how to get some, search some for some web table in the applications? Let us use Let us log in. I don't remember this password even. Okay, finally logged in. So here we are having some spam or some inbox. Okay, open the inbox here. See, these are all the mails. This is nothing but one web table in which you are having all the mails. Just select this web table, add a checkpoint to that, go to record mode, go to insert menu, checkpoint, standard checkpoint, then click somewhere in the table. Here you see web element and that particular related to that particular mail. Here you see the web table inbox 163. Just select it and you can see the once again add it, standard checkpoint, click somewhere in the table, you see the web table. This is the inbox web table and here it shows the complete inbox. Select the web table and you can see the complete mailbox here. Just scroll down, horizontal scroll. Here you can see from in one column. It's nothing but a table. Our inbox is nothing but a table. It belongs to the class web table and is, and you can see the from address here. Next one is some space, so just sixth column was left blank. Next seventh one is a subject column. Next eighth one is a date column and so on. So it will the page web table checkpoint or else a table checkpoint will be used to verify the table content. Whatever content is present within the table means all the cells of a table will be compared. You can choose this complete table as you are expected. So add to check. Add to check means read unread values were add to check, or else I am adding this from option and the first mail address I am adding as check. Select the particular column, particular cell and say add to check. Right, for first mail ID was added to check. See here, constant Citibank offers. Done. So it will verify in the mailbox whether the first mail is the same mail from Citibank or not. So this is the line of code generated for adding a table checkpoint. Web table hierarchy was written till the web table. Means to reach that particular object, you should write the complete hierarchy, then dot check and checkpoint of the name, the object name. So if you execute, then again it will pass. So let me make a change this time in the application itself. I am deleting the first mail, Citibank offers. I am deleting it. So whenever my checkpoint executes, the first mail is no more. Means it verifies for the Citibank. I mean from address it will verify because I have chosen that column as my checkpoint value. So but the mail from address changed now. Now let us see how the script executes. Okay, now go to result summary document. Checkpoint failed. See here, it shows the complete content, and firstly, yeah, it showed a verification type string, content settings, exact match on, ignore case on, match case off, something related to matching. And then results, check a 234 cells. Cells means, let us imagine this to be an Excel file. Each box is a cell. So check a 234 cells, succeeded 154 and failed 80. Because when you remove one mail, all the complete row will differ. So it will show the differences. See here, everything failed because it will verify each one. Means if it will verify for the Citibank, it is not there. It fails. Next one, the corresponding values, because the second one becomes first and so on. Everything fails. You can view the differences here. Compare the values. Compare the values is expected is Citibank offers, but actually is education set some other from address, because it became the first mail when I deleted it. So you are expecting it to be Citibank offers, but it is some education set. So that is how you use the checkpoints, table checkpoint. You can do the same thing like a page checkpoint on the same page. Let us go to record, insert checkpoint. Again, it comes under standard checkpoint. Click somewhere on the page here and you see page object. Select it, page checkpoint. And you see the page properties, means whenever you select a different checkpoint, the properties changes. Suppose if you go for an image checkpoint, the properties you see there are h reference, source, alt properties, something related to the object. If you go for a table, it goes with the cells and their content. And if you come with a page, again the property values are different. Like it is used to check the number of images, number of links, and the load time of the page. Like you can choose the property whichever you want. I'm going to choose number of images in the particular page. It was initially 6, so I am expecting it to be 6. Just say okay, then stop recording. There are 6 images within the page. Somehow there might be 6 images. Okay, now this is the I'm commenting the table checkpoint. So this is the checkpoint related to the page checkpoint. So see here, the hierarchy we wrote till only page, because that is the object we want to reach. Other objects we don't want. So you can find the importance of the hierarchy. So you need to write the hierarchy only till the object on which you want to perform the operation. Here I want to add only a checkpoint to your page, so need not write the checkpoint or need not write the hierarchy till web table. It is enough if you write the hierarchy till that object. Now let us see. I have given a 6. Now I'm going to edit my property value. I'm going to change my number of images I'm expecting are 8. Now execute. Go to results document. And here you see checkpoint, right? Checking the images captured addresses versus the expected one. So it checked all the image URLs, number of images. Checking the links, property name is number of images, and checking the links captured addresses versus the expected ones. Means links related to the images, link name, different links, and try to capture the images present. Image names 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5 and 6. Only 6 images. But we are expecting sources of the images, everything details were shown here. Only 6 images. So the checkpoint failed. and it shows the snapshot, means the complete application where the checkpoint failed. Within the complete page, we are checking for the number of images. So that's about the page checkpoint. So using page checkpoint, you can check the properties like number of images, load time, and then number of links. The other one which we have is the accessibility checkpoint. This is applicable for web applications and used to check whether the application is meeting and as per the guidelines or not. We have a W3C standards for every application. W3C means World Web Consortium. As per that, it's some standards, and as per the standards, all the web applications should be follow some guidelines. Like one of the guideline is like whenever you are using any image, it should have an alt property. In your code, you should have an alt property. That is one guideline. Why? Because why you need to have alt property? Because this web applications will be used by people of a different kind of people, like people handicapped people will be using, blind people will be using. So whenever suppose blind people is accessing the application, so some image is there which represents some meaning, but they cannot understand it. So for them to operate something, there should be some audio. So that is what is the alt property for images. But so many applications are not having those. Anyhow, that is regarding the accessibility checkpoint. Not only those, there will be several things regarding the accessibility like server check, serverlet, so many things are there. Let us create one for this Yahoo page. Go to record, insert, checkpoint. Accessibility checkpoint is a different one. Select it, select some page object, select somewhere on the page, click somewhere on the page. You see all these are ActiveX check, applet check, frame titles, means within the page there are some objects called frames. There are some guidelines like what are the frame titles should be, and multimedia links like server side image check, tables check. There are some guidelines as per this W3C standards. So I'm checking alt property which we will be seeing regularly in all the applications. We don't know whether this application supports this applet check or not. So anyhow, I'm checking alt property check and say OK. Now the checkpoint is added. Stop recording. Right, this is the checkpoint. Now let us execute and see whether it is following the alt property or not. Failed means so many images are not having alt property. Let us see here. One or more objects in this page are missing a alt tag. As I told you, all the images should have a alt tag in the code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means all the 6 images which were present in the page are not having alt property. See, alt value is none. Only one is having. Yahoo Mail, first one is having. What is the first one? Some image Yahoo Mail, might be this one. Yeah. What is meant by alt property means if you keep your mouse on the image, see, if you keep the mouse on your image, you should see some value. Put it again. Or else see that in the page. See, when you keep your pointer mouse there, can you observe something like help Yahoo Mail? That is nothing but alt property. If you have alt property, that help text will be shown like that. What is the image related to? All other objects is not having a alt property. See, this is also image but no alt property. Similarly, this one is not having alt property. There might be some more images which is not having alt property. Yes, this is an image again. So anyhow, So this application is not having all properties and it shows the details. So that is about different checkpoints on a different applicable on different objects.